I stand firmly in the fact that I'm one of the best to ever do this. For the culture, for my coast, and for my city. This is the Best Rapper in LA podcast. And I'm your host, Murs. Whatuptho? All right, y'all, issue 70, or episode 70. A little late. This is on Tuesday when it's supposed to drop. Holidays got me. Birthdays, family birthdays, holidays, all that. Got to hang out with Brother Ali. Shout out to my brother. Got to meet the kids for the first time. Yeah, well, a few of them. Yeah, man, if you are looking for a tour to go to, make sure you check and see when Brother Ali and D1 and Ant get to your town on the Satisfied Soul Tour.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen. We ended up making it one of our favorite things that either one of us have ever made in our whole life. New album called Satisfied Soul. And so, back in the days, we used to do what's called a promo tour. The first time I ever came to LA, I was on the God Loves Ugly tour with Atmosphere. And it was me, and Slug, and Mr. Dibbs, and Blueprint, and then one of my greatest friends ever in life, our main man, Murs. You know what I'm saying? And I came out on stage every night, and I made that album, but it wasn't out yet. So I had to just come on and just rap my heart out, and just tell people, I promise you I got an album coming. It's called Standing for the Sun, I promise you you're gonna like it. So, now that we're back in this place again, I'm telling you we got this album coming, I promise you you're gonna love it. And so I'm out here just trying to sing for myself and let you know that this album is coming. You know what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead. You said I have to prove it, but go ahead.
Make sure you check out 5 songs off of Brother Ali's new album.
Praise God, raised in the rays of the sun. Doing they thing, they banged on the drum. Trying to reclaim where you came, where you from. In the name of the one. Praise God, raised in the rays of the sun. Doing they thing, they banged on the drum. Trying to reclaim where you came, where you from.
And Ant's new album, I forget the name of it, but it's Instrumentals Volume 2. I gotta play that. I haven't played that yet. BK1 dropped some vinyl. That's dope. I got that. I'm starting to like instrumental rap more. I think I might ease into being a producer, man. This is a new beat machine that came out. I saw perfect marketing for me. They marketed like an Atari 2600. Dude from Tame Impala made it, so I might start making beats or music.
This is Orchid. Orchid looks like a synth with a keyboard and some buttons. But Orchid is not just a synth. Orchid is more like an ideas machine. How do we use an ideas machine? Animate your chord. Strum it, like a guitar. Now find your chord's voicing. Take this wheel for a spin. That's a little low. Bring it up a bit. Keep going. Why not? You got so many notes to play with. Send it to the moon.
People, I'm just not going to write and record new raps or rap songs. I will still be freestyling on Twitch. I will still be doing random shows. I just won't be touring. So some of the markets won't get to see me. Some of the markets that y'all have love for me in, I don't know when the next time I'll be back to New Mexico will be, if I'm not connecting it to another city. But people fly me out to rap, I will fly out and rap. And I'll always rap in California. If I could drive there in a day and be back home the same night, I will be there. a lot of this is inspired by a lot of what I've seen. And KRS-One is somebody who doesn't fly, if you don't know. I don't know if he does now, but for years he hasn't flown on a plane. And I did a show with him in South Florida with Hoey Bread, who you guys learned about last week. We did an Invincible show, took some amazing pictures. Shout out to Nato Took, who also took the pictures for the Invincibles and took the underwater picture of me on the Varsity Blues 2 album cover. She's an underwater. She wasn't under. She does a lot of weddings, but she's a dope underwater photographer. And yeah, man, that picture of Varsity Blues 2 is me underwater in my grandparents' swimming pool, which my grandfather built, and I helped him lay the tile in when I was a kid. So that had meaning. But then she was able to green screen it all out and make it look like the universe. But I just wanted to be in the presidential suit with my hair underwater, because when the hero is reborn, it's through the underwater. If you read all the Joseph Campbell type of archetypes and the hero with 1,000 faces, literary shit that, you know, and we had some dope posters of it to sell on tour. If you have one of those posters, you're lucky. I wish I still had some. I had a fuck ton of them and I had to get rid of them in the move and divorce. Yeah. KRS-One, he drove down to the show in a Mercedes station wagon and just pulled up. We had finished my sets. Me, Keith Murray, hanging out. It never, bro, it will never cease to amaze me. Like, he's like, you did Murray's Revenge. Keith Murray is talking to me. There's a story of me outside when I was a full-on idiot. I was outside of Maritime Hall. There was a gas station across the street on the corner. We would sell our tapes out there, just running amok, causing. I'm outside screaming all through the venue, screaming that we're the best rappers in the world. Everybody, guess what? And then it'll get quiet. Living legends, bringing gang banging, gangster banging mentality. I won't say gang banging, but any type tag banging. Everything you do everything with the bang. That's the slogan. I am bringing that energy everywhere to hip hop. Standing on a table at the rap sheet, whatever conference, telling everybody I'm the best rapper in the room. Like I said, with Eminem, whoever the fuck else was in there, I don't give a that's the gangster. If I was gangster about anything, it's about rapping. I'm not about to let you tell me shit about this microphone or these bars. You're going to get this motherfucking work. I'm with all the bullshit when it comes to the rap. So we were outside of that Maritime, and it's like, this is my new hood. Like, I done sold tapes out here, battle people, I'm ready to fight. Like, whatever we doing, if it's in the name of hip-hop, I'm all for it. So somebody at the gas station talking shit, and I'm like, all right, I'll serve you right now. And I'll battle you for whatever money. So, like, we have money on the ground like a dice game. Lucky's there, I'm there, and Keith Murray is watching. And I'm just ripping this dude up. And then once I finished, Keith Murray just came and rapping. He was slapping me in my chest the whole time on some New York shit. I don't know if it was some bully shit. I was like, what the fuck? And he did, it's a verse that I think it's on the Alcoholics album. He goes, something, and I blast off like a bottle rocket, like pushed me and ran out the cypher. And I'm like, all right.
Every time I make a jam, make you want to say. Swift test the rocket line, Chuck. Let's blow up the spot. Show 'em what we got for the 90 flow shot. I'm the brown bomber, dropping verbal studs. I write rhymes while my mama peel the skin off the spuds. This ain't baseball, no, the licks won't stop, so make room for the
And later, like, through New York dudes, I know, like, Keith Murray, like, later on, he went to jail for hitting a fan. Like, I'm not crazy, bro. I'm courageous, brave, silly. I don't know what Keith Murray. Yeah, buddy. So I was like, all right, that energy is frenetic.
Get it, yeah. I'll be tight like fish pussy. So funky niggas gotta dush me. So dope you can't overlook me. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. I call up the licks and we drunk them all. Nigga, you small, you drink, forget it. You ask who is it? Already got your bitch digit. What's the permanent chiller? Occasional iller. Lyrical cat pillar. Hype stiller. Savage nigga chiller. Microphone gorilla. Skill dealer. Stadium thriller. I'll bring the Manila. One of a kind, prime time rhyme thriller. Superstar status gorilla. Stella. To this day, drink old English cannot stand Miller. But real hip hop will serve at the service. Yeah, you got the right to be nervous. Originality.
Then for 10, 20, 15, I don't know how long years later, I'm backstage with him and he's like, yo, we need to do, because he thought my name was really Murray. A lot of people really believe that. Thanks tonight. like Keith Murray or Murray's Revenge. Oh, we got to do a song. And Keith Murray is one of my brother's favorite rappers. My brother is, you know, I don't know what to call him, but he's definitely very West Coast, very crippish, and he loves some Keith Murray. He fucks with Keith Murray heavy. So he's like, I'm like, yes, we have to do a song, Mr. Murray, for sure. But we're talking, me and Keith Murray are talking. The impact, never, I'm in awe of saying that still. The reverence I have Keith Murray's autograph on my walls to this day in my house. My brother met him and fanned out. Like, Keith Murray's a big deal. So me talking to Keith Murray, and then KRS-One pulls up. Mercedes station wagon with New York plates on it, hops out. Yo, I need a DJ. Is there a DJ? Gives this kid a CD, and he goes on and proceeds to rap.
Give me that shit! Yo, turn me up, turn me up! On stage, let's get it rocking! Turn me up, turn me up! Rock, rock, rock! We walked in. This is how it's gonna begin. Let me get the sound check right, because I just walked in and grabbed the mic. My man was doing it alright. You know what?
Shit on Barack Obama. He did the whole KRS-One thing, bro. Like, just kick. I am smarter than everybody. I am doper, taller, bigger voice, and it's all true. I fuck with him so much.
Real hip hop on the block. Let me tell you right now, I rock a lot. Yo, OnStar, you got your mic, rock.
Let me show you how to do it, how to move it.
Then immediately dapped me up, dapped Keith up, got back in the car and drove, I'm assuming, home.
I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet.
That's what I aspire to. This has been shit like that. I want to do shit like that. My family is the most important thing aside from God to me, and I want to get back home. I feel a way about my family that I was describing how I felt about rapping, about hip hop. That, I've been doing a lot of swallowing my pride over the past couple years, especially because I really don't want to fight anybody, and it's hard to. But wait till we get to the DLC. Wait till we get to Love and Rockets too, because man. Yeah. That was a real challenge for me. But this idea of retirement and stuff, like how I want it to look, has been forming for years. This was 2011, 10, somewhere around there. But around this time we're talking about. That's why it's coming up. And Forever is the last album. And this was the final adventure. This was supposed to be it for me and Ninth Wonder, and kind of it for me. I had gotten married. I had bought a house. I had also bought income property. I was ready to sit down and we're starting the adoption process. Me and my ex-wife were starting to work on, I'm ready to be a father. I'm in Tucson, so my money's going further. I'm good. I am. Paid dues is doing well. I can just do paid dues. I wasn't too happy with paid dues because dealing with rappers was really taxing. The more bigger it got, I was booking 50 acts now. And dealing with them was getting, man, motherfuckers I need 15 people backstage. For what? What are you scared of, my nigga? What? Dealing with gangster rappers that are scary. That's the funny part. When you deal with gangster rappers, then you start dealing with entourages and police protection. And it gets real funny that these motherfuckers talk all this shit. And I'm like, for real, cuz? Are you joking me? Man, on the record, you said this, and this, and now you telling me you won't come perform. I can't pay you $50,000 without hiring 10 extra sheriffs. You fucking get the fuck out of here, man. You gotta be kidding me. This shit is a game, bro. It really started to work my nerves and hurt my heart. But if it was going to pay the bills and allow me to build my family and just live a good life in Tucson, one of my favorite places on earth, I was willing to do it. My ex-wife and I drove across country in a new Prius. I was introducing her to family and friends and everyone important to me. North Carolina was the anchor of that store, that trip, because 9th, and his family and his wife and his daughters have been very important to me. I wanted them to meet my new wife at the time. And it felt like I had met Rapsody when I forget Dream Merchant, when I wanted to put Dream Merchant. I think the story, I don't know it for sure, so fact check me. But Dream Merchant featured Rapsody. I think I was on there. I think he had a white rapper named Tom Green or something. I forget his name. He asked me, when I started asking me for features, he asked me for a feature for Return to B-Girl Raps. He was building Jamla, what you see today. Well, not who you see today, but what you see today was starting to be built. He had just got Bright Lady Studios, which is named after his sister who passed away really, really early in his life. Yeah, man. I was turning a chapter. I was on the verge of starting Team 316 Records, Cash Lansky, Marley B, Cash Lansky, who's on Mellow Music now, JB, who's on Mellow Music now. I put out a record for Marley B, who's on Broken Complex with DJ Hoppa. I want to just play a little bit of JB's new album.
Look, imagine being rich and couldn't smile cause you're broken. Like an amateur with photos, you need help with getting focused. Hope you learn this family first and love the soil that they grow us. And all that extra money that you made is just a bonus. When the healing takes place and trauma gets erased, never hold it over your head or ever bring it up again. My purpose, multi-purpose, out the furnace, tried to burn us. Buried all my demons and they just seem to resurface. Love is tough, but if you love enough, you toughen up. Thicker than the skin on the chickens we put in butter tubs. Reunions had us cutting up, couldn't fit that button up. But those hand-me-downs, Stacey Adams, I look good as full.
Now play a little bit of Cash's new album.
Trying to get some rest, but I can't calm the brain. Trying to do my best, you can't say the same. They really meant that shit, but they gon' tell you they playing. I don't know about you, but we don't play them games. See, I'm comfortable in my skin. Homecoming wanna do me in. Don't tell me you my brother. You ain't show me you my friend. Pay attention to them signs. Let the sun move these blinds. That hate gon' be disguised. The truth outweigh the lies. Gotta get about your comfort. Make sure you make your bed. Regrets come back to haunt you. We live amongst the dead. They thoughts are so and shallow. They the smartest in the room. Turn into a fun guy soon as I pop these shrooms. These niggas put no heart in they art in their shows. Take it all in from the highs and the lows.
And song I have with Marley B. I'll play my verse and a little bit of his verse.
Look, I've always been a lover, man. No lies, no gimmicks. But the world can be so stressful that you wind up living. And I'm sorry, man, I know that I get tied up in it. Feeling like they use religion to divide us with it. And I don't wanna get upset until I say too much. Shit, I gotta work on me before I save you. Plus, you know nobody got the answers. That's way dude does. But I've been known to feel alone and I say hate too much. So check it, what's my motivation? To lead by demonstration and grow within my soul. I call it inner cultivation. A seed is being planted for you know it's incubating. Maybe God is love and that's what's needed for a change up in your life. I could be right, I could be wrong, but I don't aim to cast some type of judgment cause we ain't sharing the same views. Never writing this in the hopes that it's gonna change you. I got some inner issues that most of this shit pertain to.
Real love is an incredible thing. And we don't know love like we should.
I swear I feel it from above that I ain't here to judge. God put me here to love. Come on. I swear I feel it from above that I ain't here to judge. God put me here to love.
I met this girl in Miranda, Confederate bandana. Said her favorite song was the Star Spangled Banner. Said that black lives would matter if we lived up to the standard of all the other races that are living on this planet. She'd probably be elated if I reacted angry. So I walked up and hugged her, and she looked at me strangely. Said, I ain't gonna hold you or stand out here and scold you. My life is really different than the privilege that's been shown you. You ain't gotta love me, but hating is so ugly. I really just prefer it if you thought nothing of me. It don't cost you a thing to pay me no mind. For you to keep your pride don't mean you gotta take mine. When we lined up in the streets, yelling, screaming at police, know that all we really asking for is justice and some peace. Something you was born with, you wouldn't understand it. And it really breaks my heart to see you taking it for granted.
But that real love, that love that sometimes is difficult to have.
And Reverie, this was my label, and all four of those artists I think are still on the come up and very, very talented.
Done being humble, I'm flexing on my haters. They intimidated cause everything is major. I ain't here to try to make you feel comfortable. I put on for my people, that's what I'm supposed to do. Your insecurities are not my problem. I'm proud of my success, I came from the bottom. I ain't gonna dim my light or act like my sacrifice was easy. Late nights in the studio until my ears was bleeding. For years they told me I wouldn't make it. I'd have faith in my lyrics, put my soul in my creations. This more than a passion, it's obsession. I was a slave to depression, now I stay counting blessings. Yes, I'm getting hella bread and hella head, I'm hella fed. I sacrificed for years and now I'm reaping all the benefits. Pray to God your life is long so that you can sit and watch me all in my glory. Am I sorry? Hell fucking nah. Things have been amazing.
He had Rapsody, Tom. I don't know who else was on the roster then. Act Proof. You know, he was starting his thing, and we were both kind of like, all right, it's time to start giving back and building. And I hated doing interviews with people like, when's the next Murs and Ninth Wonder album? Or when's the next Felt record? Like, it gives the people, I always felt like the people who came before me didn't do a good job of moving forward or moving on and making space. Holding space, as my crystal loving friends will say. I was trying to make sure there was space, take space, make space for the next generation. That was really important to me because I felt really shit on by a lot of people above me. And instead of being bitter and repeating, I was like breaking a cycle. So I'm like, cool. And for whatever reason, I didn't really plan on it, but I was like, I walked in the house and we started talking, and me and the kids and my ex-wife and Knife and his wife, and I was like, what if this, and we both said, yeah, what if this is our last record? He says he didn't say that. He says it was my idea. I'm not going to say there's a truth, and I don't know what is the truth. I'll say that. But I feel like we both were like, this should be the last record. Because I knew what Rapsody sounded like. And I knew her hunger. Like, I talked to her, I shook her hand, and when I met at the Dream Merchant release party at Cat's Cradle in North Carolina, I was like, say what you will about me. I'm not trying to take credit. I don't need the glory. But I've always had an ear, whether it was being the first into Crisscross and Das Effects when I was a kid, or like turning people on and shit. That's where I get my joy. But me picking the 4 MCs I mentioned with Cash Lansky, Reverie, Marley B, and JB, like, and them being viable and still, to me, respected and MCs on the rise, or at least you could listen to them and hear the talent. Even Noah James, who I shout out on this album. And then, of course, like Kendrick, Mac, Ab. So, you know, like All Black Hippie. Andres, Tardio. I'm not going to say it right. Sorry, Andres. I think he still listens to the podcast on occasion, but he was just on the show and he reminded me that I was promoting Paid Dudes and he was interviewing me, and I said, and we have Black Hippie. The Black Hippie was going out at 1:30 in the afternoon. I told him, I was like, just to put in random, I paid them the equivalent of 50 cents to perform, and I had to fight with my partner to get them 50 cents because he hadn't heard of them.
Sometimes I need to be alone. I need everybody hands up right now, sing this shit. This gon' kill my vibe. This gon' kill my vibe. Hey. I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. Turn up, my drink, turn up, my music. Turn up. This gon' kill my vibe. This gon' kill my vibe. This gon' kill my vibe. Say what? This gon' kill my vibe.
He was running a multi-million-dollar festival. I'm not faulting him, but I'm pitching these guys, and even to him in Hip Hop DX, he has the interview. He said, "I told him that Black Hippie are the best rappers on the planet right now, and look." And that's why I open up saying Rapsody is my favorite rapper, one of the best rappers I heard. I stand by that to this day. I love this woman's raps.
When the MCs came to live out their name, inscribed in the halls and the walls of fame, balancing life Wrote both the yin and yang. Hands buried a man and they raised the sun to rain. That's a play on words, they say herb ain't all the same. Slaves in prison and they some unchained. While everybody in my gang a star DJ Prame. Screaming through the sunroof, money still ain't a thing. While I'm spinning small bank, asking where's my change. Carpool with the homies, saving gas in my tank. I think like a billionaire, I spend less than I make. Strong-minded, I should bench way more than my weight. Women been leading the way since Roxanne, Shantae, and the unit had flavor. And Jay had Marcy neighbors that wave. Looking confused, I'm like, cool, maybe it's age.
I love all of Black Hippies raps. Like, I feel like I do. I always wanted to be an A&R. I didn't want to be a rapper because I know that I have an ear for talent and just the sight. Like, when you see it and you know it. And when I met Rapsody, I knew it. So when I'm in Ninth's house, I'm like, I don't want him to have to do interviews about Jamla trying to mention Rapsody and people being like, when's the next Murs Ninth Wonder album? Like, let's just end it so that we can make space for the artists that we're trying to work with. And that was my idea behind the final adventure.
Oh, man. What up, though? What up, though?
You just want me to come in and just start rapping?
It's Murs. Ninth Wonder.
Y'all.
The final adventure. Back together for the very last time. Let's go. Let's go. And I'd like to introduce to you the newest talent. One of my favorite MCs in the whole fucking world. Rap.
I swim through the lane, Olympic style. Backstroking, consoling the crowd. Murder was the case and revenge was the way to get over clouds. Above my plane, they too plain to fuck with the child. Complain we fly now, the 316's been. And they just want more of it like Rose and Joachim. Sweet Lord, I told them kill the bull just like a pimp. And I slapped it out the back of the Denali on shiny rims. Shotgun, we barreling out like Carolyn House. Door to door, spread the word that I'm sick of knee house. MDs, that rapper shit, I'm a jam MC. And all I see is mofos who ain't flowing with me. The female Christian Bell try and fail to make the climb up. Took a leap of faith without the cape, and they remind us of heroes glowing like the candles in the shrine does. Nice a problem, I could probably even 99 up. To 100 even problems, ain't no bitch cuff. I'm not one. My coming of age just like bar mitzvah. My mind like the Nolans when I'm holding 16s. Flip flows like ties, touch deeper than dreams. Intercepting, what up team? Word to the team, my underground army like Bane's underground kings. Good versus bad, it's the story of the people. Gave you walk like a man, taught to fight against the evils. It ain't just the movie that moved me, or the music, it was you. And the stories of heroes that we believe in. Murs and Beast Dog, this the last adventure. And forever they'll forget like 25th December. The gift they gave the world in these 50 songs. Now salute the kings until I'm queen, like 50 home. It's all to the AP, back with the cold flow. The final last adventure, after this there's no more.
Still staying friends, still being, that brotherhood would always be there. We built it. We had just both really, he had more so than me, had like gotten the Zulu Nation and ran with it. Created his own chapter, really got into it. I didn't really so much get into it. Shout out to Mark Love, because he told a story recently. We did the Duckworth story on his, Mark Knife is telling some great stories on his IG if you guys want to tune in, Ninth Wonder on Instagram. And he told a story about, because the day he met Kendrick was the day that at Pay Dues, he got inducted to the Zulu Nation. My big homie Mark Love put us both down. And I still have the necklace he gave me, and he gave Ninth. He gave us some of his own Zulu Nation necklaces because he felt that we embodied what it was about. I really appreciate that. And when you read the doctrine behind the Zulu Nation, I know that we have some issues to discuss when it comes to Africa Bambaataa, but the doctrine and the community he built, or the Zulu Nation built, because he didn't build it all by himself. He built it with a lot of help of strong, dope, and people with good hearts. And I hate that that blemishes their hard work. But yeah, Zulu Nation, shout out to them. He really got into that too. So it was just time for us, man. It was time for us to move forward, I felt. So after that, we drove through, and then I flew back probably that November, whenever I flew back for Thanksgiving time. I think so, because I think this time we did it at, I forgot where we did. No, we did it at Bright Lady. We did it at Bright Lady. And like christening this space with the new project and letting the rest of the Jamla take it from there. And Rap would pick me up and drop me off at the hotel. And this is when we started. And her routine in there stayed that way. She's a studio rat. She was like So she would, when I wasn't rapping, she'd be rapping in there. And then when I was turning to rap, she would like, just the respect that she had for the game, like the OGs, like, just, I don't know if we can call it brotherhood, sisterhood. I don't know how she views me, but it was definitely familiar, like cousins, like, and just in a bond, like a respect for the culture, the art. Because when she's in there rapping, I didn't sleep much. All I would do is watch Adventure Time and write raps. That's all I was doing.
Adventure time, come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands. We'll take the dog and then the human. The fun will never end. It's adventure time.
And walk, because the hotel was dope. Now I could walk across the highway to Trader Joe's. I just discovered Trader Joe's. So I was going to Trader Joe's, getting some like organic, vegan options. I believe there's a Whole Foods. There's something else by there. And then just walking back to the hotel, cooking, and watching Adventure Time and writing these raps. And just like really enjoying putting a stamp on our career in a great positive way. I'm like Star Wars, like everything else. Like if you don't, it's only so long with the hero till the hero becomes a villain. I think that's the message in The Dark Knight or whatever. And Ninth had huge Christian Bale era Batman posters up in his studio. He was very DC oriented, which was cumbersome on my Marvel spirit at the time. And now I'm more of an Image Skybound person. But we had some very, very deep arguments on this record too. It's about like Zulu, E40, the next female rapper, because I was really into whatever the girl is that made 212. I can't remember her name now. Azalea Banks. And I thought she was going to be it, and he's arguing with me, and he just firmly believed in Rapsody. So I believed in Rapsody too, and I was foolish to think that Azalea Banks would have staying power, I guess. But, but that's, so we were trying to do like a coming of age, like when Memphis Bleak opens up Volume 2.
Fella, yo. Waiting for my day to come. Just give me the word. Nah, this ain't Jigga, it's your little nigga Bleak. Reporting to these motherfuckers live from the street. Game, I peep those. My mind's so advanced at 9. I used to geese hoes for Easter clothes. Peep the steez. I represent for all those with 28 grams. Wanna come up trying to creep the keys. Large niggas told me
because we both love rap and believed in her as the future of fuck female shit, like the future of hip hop. Which, I did this, and then Kendrick put her on, and people saw the same thing. He put her on a bigger stage. Was able to do that, and so much respect for him for doing that.
What homegirl Rapsody at? I need you to speak your mind real quick, loved one.
Let me talk my Stu Scott. Excuse me on my Tupac. Keep your head up, when did you stop? Love and die. Color of your skin, color of your eyes. That's the real blues, baby, like you met Jay's, baby. You blew me away. You think more beauty in blue, green, and gray. On my Solomon up north, 12 years a slave, 12 years of age, thinking my shade too dark. I love myself, I no longer need Cupid. Enforcing my dark side like a young George Lucas. Light don't mean you smart, being dark don't make you stupid.
Because I think he saw, like, when you're with this shit, you can see it, you know what I mean? And rap, she was it. So she opened up the record and she just told these stories. I won't say told, it's like reference, like, our legacy and 316, the movie, and, all that shit. The Christian Bale references, like I said, she was doing what I talked about last week, like mentioning stuff that was in the session that was happening in real time. Then I come on, I didn't know I fucking rapped. I rapped at the end. I thought that was a pretty hot verse.
5 albums in like 8 years, gon' end it on the high instead of late in our careers. Love for my fans, hate from my peers. Guess that rapping about that trapping ain't as great as it appears. We made our own lane for the morally sane. We try to educate as well as entertain. The cost of living foul, everybody gotta pay it. What up though? You know I had to say it. Humble, but it's known that we are the best team. The closest thing these kids got to keep them praying. Rest in peace, Guru. Enough respect to the voice, rap is full of BS, but at least you got a choice. The dynamic duo, the hood's favorite pastime, Murs and Knife Wonder for the very last time. The dynamic duo, the hood's favorite pastime, Murs and Knife Wonder for the very last time, yeah.
Shout out to Guru and Preem, because that was definitely me and Knife's inspiration. Hard to Earn is one of the most important records and probably in my top 5 records any genre. De La Soul is dead.
Yes, I guess it's reflex, some have no control. I'd rather let her laughter and tally if I go canoeing up the river or out into the O. You just know we're not, so not play the role. Some are lovey-dovey, you crazy crow. Some shake your hand, but this is called the show.
Survival by Bob Marley, Rapture by Anita Baker. Hard to Earn by Gangstar. And I'll tell you the 5th one later. I don't know. I usually know and I forget. Damn. Sorry, y'all. We'll leave the 5th one out. From there, we get into Whatuptho.
Long live the cane back, fuck cocaine rap. 20 years later, niggas stuck in the same trap. I'm trying to slide through the game on a hoverboard. They still buying pork rinds from the corner store. We more advanced how we handle ours. Riding through the lane with Noah James on the handlebars. Trying to push the bigger picture. Spinach, kale, and celery sticks be the elixir. Yup, 9th on the mixer. The final adventure, new jam. Only the true fans allowed to enter. Z-U-L-U, the nation here to tell you. Be careful of the media and what they trying to sell you. I'm trying to sell too. Have 1 million followers, but never sell out just to get my dollars up. This is for all of us, lovers and the free thinkers. Rosé sippers and the green tea drinkers, yeah. What's up, fam? What's up, fam? What's up, bro? What's up, bro? This is the jam.
Riding through the lane with Noah James on the handlebars. Noah James was at the time probably 500 pounds, if you get the reference. But I had just bought him a juicer just because I loved him. I said, bro, this is it. We got to start getting you, I want you to live, bro. So I bought a juicer, and I just started juicing with my Jack LaLanne juicer. I think I bought him the same one. Just juicing, and I'm going to, like, that's, I had time to, like, go to the farmer's market and shit like this in Tucson, like, meeting people. Shout out to the, I think it's the Purple Tree acai brand, and the brother who started it passed away, and he was friends with Zumbi, and Zumbi passed away shortly after he passed away. It's really sad. But like, I have been making friends with him, and just getting into the community in Tucson and finding my community, and really finding time to eat properly and apply the knowledge and wisdom I started acquiring when I was 12, 13, and getting into all these alternative ways of, organic, earthy, hippie, granola ways of living, and really applying it and getting ready to be a dad and teach that to my children. So in that spirit, I was like, yo, I got to send this to Noah, man, and still in the spirit of returning, like giving back or starting a label, getting out of the way. Like that was my goal. This is 2012 and I wanted to retire then, or what's your call? I don't like the term retirement, but I wanted to move on. Shout out to Cali 9, my zip code 90019. That was the first real, first rap crew outside of my high school. Like when somebody saw me rapping at Project Blow, shout out to Kinky Red, Strivers and Builders, go give them a follow. I don't know, his Instagram's a little complicated, but one of the dopest MCs I met, he's on the Beneath the Surface album produced by Omi, where a lot of Project Blow legends are on that record.
Well, I watch, listen, while observing my victims from a cat's eye view. If you look closely, you'll probably notice me scoping out your crew. Around 9:45 on the dot, it's when it's rare to shell cockadoodle dudes who warn all entourages who claim to keep it true that I'm tripping over canoes. Sorry, there's no time to sightsee in the Red Sea, especially when the H2O is too bloodshot for you to view me. You'd be better off viewing your TV than chilling on an avenue trying to observe this totally opposite than clueless MC. Being the cat that I am, I'll listen to what you have to say before taking over your jam and letting mics convert from your brain to my hand. If it's one thing that I can't stand, it's a looky-loo with no master plan. Kinky Red, Cali 9.
dope MC, and he just put me in the crew. And the crew was Cali Zip Codes, and Cali Nines was a subdivision of that, I believe. And Cali Zip Codes, everybody just, you're 90019. So I represented for Midtown, which was, who couldn't be happier? You know what I mean? Oh man, you're in charge of the Mid City Deli. Like putting Mid City on the map was such a thing for me. Grouch's brother and the homie Brick Stowell still call me Mid City to this day because it just came out of my mouth every time I got a fucking chance. If I get a huge stage, I'm fucking yelling fucking Midtown, Mid City. So they say, "What's up, Mid City?" So shout out to Brick Stowell. He was he had just had a release party at Camp Flogging Off for his book called Almost Famous in honor of his favorite rap group, Living Legends. But he was like a first road manager, tour manager for Odd Future. So he took a lot of pictures, but he was my personal, I guess I call him PA, my assistant, and kind of road manager when I went on the road with Tech. So I just taken him under my wing. We weren't cool at all at first, and then we got really cool, like a little brother to me, and kind of just gave him the game and showed him ropes. Took him to Australia, took him on the Tech tour with me, and he went and got a job with Odd Future after that, and kind of applied everything. Him and Brad, who's Grouch's baby Grouch is what I call him. Grouch's little brother, who now is like, you know, head of Flognaw and Golf, the clothing line for Tyler, Kylie Jenner's merch. Like Brad has gone on to do great things. Brick has gone on to do great things. But they had a book release for him, Almost Famous, if you get the photo book, because he had been documenting photos of Odd Future when they were just kids till now. So it was dope to go to his photo exhibit. It was some dope, like he, I don't know if he took the picture for Goblin, but when Amoeba, like this motherfucker climbed up on the roof himself and took the Goblin billboard down, and he had it in his storage for years and broke it out for the thing. So it was just so many dope artifacts. They had the t-shirt I have with the Ronald Reagan with the Odd Future Wolfgang Kill 'Em All letters across the center brim at the first Odd Future show ever. It was dope, man. But shout out to him.
90019 is my credential. True artist brought rap to the museum. Might bring the Raiders back to the Coliseum.
Might bring the Raiders back to the Coliseum. Brought rap to the museum. Like I just had started Through the Mic, which I would love to do that again. In front of Urban Lights. That's what the fucking installation's called. All the street lights in front of there, and we put the stage in front of there, and everybody could rap. Freestyle Fellowship, People on the Stairs, Three Melancholy Gypsies, Medusa, Vince Staples, Freddie Gibbs. We had some amazing lineups, y'all. And that's not even all of it. I can't remember all, but it was like 4 or 5, maybe 6 shows every month when it was warm outdoors, and they just put the big rock in, called Levitated Mass, I think it was called. It's a little installation outdoors. It was dope, man. Back with Marcella Arguello, Arguello. She's a comedian. She has a special on HBO, really funny, but real hip-hop head.
What's up, y'all? My name is Marcella. I'm very tall for a woman, bitch. Take it in. I don't play volleyball. I'm not a model. And since I have everybody's attention, just want to let you all know the tops of your refrigerators are fucking disgusting.
I just met her. She was waiting tables, and she's like, I'm a comedian. I'm going to come up and to see her really grind out. And like, she does an all ladies comedy night here in LA for years. It's amazing. She's just the shit, and she's funny as fuck. And she's a tall girl. I'm married to a tall girl, so those jokes resonated in my house. Tall Latina, and I'm married to a tall Latina, so she's a very special person to us. But like, yeah, like what's the lady that does Abbott Elementary? The first time I saw her was when she was grinding and doing Marcella's all ladies night. She was funny as shit. And to see her, like just seeing people come up like Kendrick and Noah and even Marley B, like all these people, man, it just really, to be a part of their journey. Like never am I trying to take credit as I'm the reason, but just to be a part of and seeing them do great things with their success is dope, man. Shout out to Chris Lighty and we're talking about Whatuptho now, which I didn't know was a Detroit thing. My brother started saying it. I started saying it. He learned it when he went to Prairie View, probably from somebody from Detroit. So he just started saying Whatuptho. So that, I don't know where Whatuptho came. I didn't know Whatuptho was a Detroit thing until much later. But I said it on almost every record I released. The first thing I say, and it's the first thing I say, Whatuptho is Murs. Ninth Wonder, I made sure to have that consistency because I'm a nerd, like Star Wars. You want, and so Ninth loves Star Wars too. Like There's the intro, the fucking thing scroll. Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. Whatever the shit is, that's what Murs, and this is Murs and Ninth Wonder.
What up, though? Murs, Ninth Wonder.
What up, though? Murs, Ninth Wonder.
Yeah. What up, though? Murs, Ninth Wonder. Sweet Lord.
And Nagasi, one of the kids in Supreme, used to make fun of me. He would always say that when we were on tour for Murs and Ninth One. I was like, it's funny to you, you're capping, but it's, and capping as in bagging, ragging, I don't know how you guys say, taking the piss, joke, roasting me. You're roasting me, that's what my son says. But it's memorable, so I'm going to keep it going. So that's how we start this album. And then since I didn't have to do the intro, I wanted to do Whatuptho, the song. We never had a Whatuptho song. So I'm like, fuck it. This is the last album, we got to do a Whatuptho song. I think maybe if we got Knife to like double the hook or say, what up, though? What's up, fam? What's up? Maybe he said that and I said, what up, though?
What's up, bro? What's up, bro? This is the jam. This is the jam. What up, though? 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 What's up, fam? What's up, fam? What's up, bro? What's up, bro? This is the jam. This is the jam. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What up, though?
It's just too much me on these hooks. And you could tell I laid Whatuptho in one take, and you could tell like I'm real. I'm just like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm not flowing. It's like I'm a little bit behind the beat or ahead of the beat. It's a strain because I'm reading and I'm trying to like, the jam. What up? Ride through the lane with no James. I was just, but once again, Ninth kept the first take. And you could hear it because before the third verse starts, you hear me go, ah.
What's up, fam? What's up, fam? What's up, bro? What's up, bro? This is the jam.
Ah. Like I'm frustrated. I think this was a verse I wrote for the intro when I thought I was going to do the intro, and I just added the Cinnabon thing in front. But Cinnabon, like, is what I'm talking about on Felt 2 on the Suzanne Vega song. Whoever this girl, I forget who this girl was at the Cinnabon, but she made an impact on me. I was even rapping about her right then. She asked me if I smoke indica. Hair up in a bun, up under a cap. Yeah, that.
What up, though? What up, for the dark-skinned white girls and the silly ones. For the fly chick working at the Cinnabon. Who's good with a free Dr. Pepper, though? Hook it up and be a guest at my next show. I'm bugging out, trying to make the speakers thrive. Shout out to everybody out there trying to keep a job. It's love first, money under that, but ain't nothing wrong with you trying to get 100 racks. Stacking good karma like rappers stack the cash up. Trying to get to heaven with a presidential tax cut. Always keep a smart chick with a fat butt. As long as we around, you can never say that rap sucks. Won't react to hate on some boss shit. Trying to read some comic books while doing CrossFit. Because the body is a temple, and all these tattoos is like stained glass windows. Yeah. What's up, fam? What's up, fam? What's up, bro? What's up, bro? This is the jam. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though?
But man, this is someone on Twitch the other day asked me what my favorite verse I ever laid was. Listening back to this might be, after the Cinnabon part, definitely might be one of my favorite verses. I had just started doing CrossFit. Like, I had time to care for my body in a way that doing 100 plus shows a year doesn't allow, for 20 years doesn't allow you to do. Or whatever, this is 2012. So 16 years I have been on the road. For 16 years. I hadn't been able to like exercise. And I was getting to the point where I needed to start exercising. I'm getting over 30, 35 mark. You know what I mean? You're not getting healthier at that point unless you're trying to maintain at that point. It's about maintenance. And I understood that. Through reading and just talk, I always talk to older people and I look for the mentors that I feel like I am to people. But a lot of people aren't into giving that information, but I'll press anybody. I stand up. I'm rushing this podcast because I was outside talking to OG. I'm never I had to finally say I got to get this podcast in, but I'm never going to rush the elders. There's so much wealth of information. I was just with my grandparents, 96 and 92 years old, just talking. And so, through that, I know that I got to start getting healthy, that this is 2012. It's fucking 12 years ago. And I'm like, all right, so I'm doing CrossFit. Shout out to my man Q. Like, he had a black-owned CrossFit place in Tucson. Testament to what I talk about. Like, there was a black sheriff that worked there. I'm sure he's MAGA the fuck out these days. He was super Republican back then, but like, he came to support a young black man doing a business. He's not. This whole stripping people of their blackness shit is bullshit. We may not agree, but it doesn't matter. Even if you are the police, it's been documented. Even if you are the police, if they don't know you're the police and you're black, you're still black. If you're treated differently by your appearance, you're with us, bro. I don't give a fuck. That's why I've always tell Ali's with us, bro. He doesn't get treated like a black person by the police per se, but he definitely doesn't. The white privilege escapes him. People are taken aback by his appearance. And I think there's a fear to anything different. So he's albino, so I think there's a fear to that for some people. But for black people, we know what it's like to be at the very sight of you, someone is fearful, apprehensive. You have said or done nothing wrong yet. So I am not going to exclude MAGA black folks. I'm going to vehemently disagree. And I had a conversation with my 12-year-old this morning. What I've learned from one of the OGs is learning to disagree without the disrespect. You get a teenager. He's a teenage feeling himself. I'm like, hey, cuz, check this out. If you're mad at me, let me know you're mad. I don't give a fuck. But what you're not going to do is eat my food and not say good morning. We can disagree, but we don't have to be disrespectful. I'm going to love you even when you're disrespectful. I'm going to love you regardless. You don't have to like me this morning. You don't have to do nothing, but you're going to say good morning and you're going to let me know what your problem is with me. After that, we don't have to solve the problem. We could agree to disagree and move on with our day. I don't like that energy where, so cool. You love Trump. I don't. And we can argue about it as long as we can be respectful. Once it gets disrespectful, we should agree to disagree and go our separate ways. But you're not black. And I love that about him. He came to a place where, at the sight of me, you could tell, even like I had the dreads, like at the sight of me, you're knowing that we disagree. I don't know too many dreads for Trump, especially the kind I had. And this man at Q's gym we had an issue in our home, and he was really respectful and showed up for us, for my child, he showed up for my family. There's nothing, like I said, there's nothing except for God that comes before my family. He showed up for my family, knowing where we stood and knowing where he stood. But this is a black family that needs my assistance. Off the record type shit. Beautiful, man. But yeah, politics fucking disagree. And like, I'm still working through all this shit in this world. I could be wrong. That's just my view at the time. And I'm open to a civil discussion. Man, the last verse on Whatuptho is, because the body's a temple and all these tattoos be like stained glass windows. Man, it's dope. Yeah. Let me try to find Q's. If you're in Tucson and want to work out, if you're in Tucson and haven't been to Q space, but I feel like if you're in the community in Tucson, you always, Ruckus Room. Look at the Ruckus Room. Best trainer, one of the best trainers. Shout out to Jay Estrada, another great trainer in LA who I've got to work with and hopefully get to work with again once our Tyler's 20 months now, and I'm like getting back to, I'm finding a rhythm, and I can like start to take care of myself again the way I want to, and take care of my business the way I want to, not just the way I have to. Sometimes we've been in survival mode for years now, and every time we get out, we get pregnant again. In survival mode, if you're a parent, you understand what I'm saying. Those first couple years are trill at AF. And when you back to back them like we did, it was, anyway, hopefully I can get back to working out. Seeing I wasn't in shape, man. Like, man, we did one of those 5K runs or one of those, like, what they do for 9/11, the weighted down runs and shit, bro. I was dead when I got back. Mother, like, carry a tire over your head and run a 5K or something. I love CrossFit too, because it was kind of like hip hop. It was like, if you can't afford a gym, like hip hop is, you couldn't afford real music instruments and lessons. Like, I felt the hip hop in CrossFit. Like, you ain't got to do a real pull up. Like, put this band on and just like do the motion, fake it till you make it. You don't got to sing, but you could be Biz Markie. You could be, you know what I mean? Like, not classically trained, but you can make some shit. You can better your body. You can make a great record. You know, Just a Friend is a classic. And I'm going to go off on another tangent. Love and Rockets 1 tour, we're getting close to that. And this time I on this trip across country with my ex-wife, I'm playing the Yo Gabba Gabba soundtrack. I'm obsessed with Yo Gabba Gabba. In the Mercer President era, I was working towards getting on an episode, but then they stopped shooting. But I was, you know, I went to the Yo Gabba Gabba sound stage and met some of the people, characters. I dissed the guy who was the voice of Plex. I dissed Plex because he was fucking whiny as shit. I started to understand his character more. I got into the more episodes, and the guy's like, oh yeah, you say he has shit talking Plex. I do the voice for Plex. I'm like, fuck. All opinions don't need to be spoken. I'm still embarrassed by that to this day. Calling Olivia Moon when I met her, and in a freestyle because it rhymed and I was reaching, but still, and dissing Plex, two embarrassing moments in my life. Shitting on the floor in front of Sunspot Jones at his house on his white carpet, not as embarrassing. Those were embarrassing moments. That wasn't embarrassing. We're getting to know the real me. I'm different, y'all. Anyway. Rooted in Yo Gabba Gabba. So halfway through the tour, my agent calls me. It's like, yo, do you want to be a part of the Yo Gabba Gabba live tour at Radio City Music Hall in New York? Fuck yeah.
Hello, friends. It's time to dance. Yo Gabba Gabba Live and all our favorite Gabba friends are going to be in your city.
So me and Tabby Renee got to do Hip Hop and Love at Radio City Music Hall on stage. Same day Miss Lauryn Hill performed. This is my first, I don't know if it's the first time meeting her, but it's my first time opening for her. I would go on and do a couple more opening dates for her later down the line, which were dope. Yeah, but it was sitting in the crowd afterwards because I'm a fan. I went out to watch the show, and I don't have any kids at this point, remind you, still. Made Love and Rockets, Love and Rockets 1, I still don't have any kids. Yeah, I do. We just became parents. Who knows, man? But I go out to watch in the crowd, and, bro, kids are going crazy dancing in their seats and shit. This motherfucker bit. If you've never seen Yo Gabba Gabba, there it's like a real off, it's like a Sesame Street on LSD. There's a segment where Biz Markie comes out and does Biz's Beat of the Day. If you haven't Googled that or YouTube that shit, do it. Biz's Beat of the Day. It's amazing. So the whole cast is there. It's hosted by a guy named DJ Lance Rock, who is amazing. I think we've mentioned that on the show. And then all the plushy characters come out, and the kids are happy, having a good time, but standing in their seats dancing. When Biz Markie came out on stage, they rushed the stage, like a boy band rushed the stage.
Hey kids, do you want to do Biz's Beat of the Day with me? Let me hear you go.
Like, parents are like, oh shit, like, I gotta get my kid. Like, it was pandemonium and chaos. And I was so happy to see that for Biz. And then he did the Beat of the Day, and all the kids were rocking with him and trying it.
What kids want to come up here and do Biz's Beat of the Day with me? Come on down.
And then he did Just a Friend. And then he had the adults. It was like multi-generational mania. Rest in peace to Biz Markie, one of the greatest to ever do anything in hip-hop.
Now I want to see if you know this one. You got what I need. Say what, say what? Say what? Say it along. Oh, baby,
That's episode 70. If you have my podcast anywhere in your top 5, please send it to me, man, or just tell somebody else to listen and rate it. Shout out to Calmatic and Clint Schaff and all the homies that have been sending me their Wrapped, especially from like Clint, Cal, like all the, the dudes that I know that don't have to listen, but, and are extremely successful and talented. And I'm sure you all are, and I love to hopefully meet and see you all. But thank you all for listening. It really means a lot. Yeah, if you haven't rated it yet, give us 5 stars. If you haven't told anybody you think would enjoy it, tell them. All right, y'all. See you next week. We're going to dive deeper into the final adventure of Funeral for a Killer, which is an important record because we're going to talk about the song that you guys hear, the beat that you hear every week when the show starts. That's Funeral for a Killer. Thanks for listening to the Best Rapper in LA podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing on Spotify, Apple, wherever it is. If you like the show, leave a review on Apple Music or Spotify. And to support the podcast directly, go to patreon.com/MURS316, Murs316. See y'all next week. Peace, peace, peace.